Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Hairstyles. Today we're going to do a short hairstyle with having beads and a headband. So I choose this headband because it's got blue, and then I filled up my bead threader with beads. And we're not going to use them all at once at one strand. We're going to use just a few, and I'm going to show you how. This hairstyle particularly, the hair is about 4 inches in the crown, and then just increase as it goes out. So it's 4 inches to the crown, and then it increases to about 6 to the bottom, and then 7 to 8 on the side. And then there's bangs that are about the same length on top. So if your hair is short, and a lot of us do have short hair, and you want to look cute, and yet you want to updo, and it's hard to do an updo with some of the hair, being short. You can't wisp it up like some of the hairs that are 10 inches or longer. This mannequin has one side, or both sides have about 8 inches long, so it's not longer than 8 inches, and the shortest is no shorter than 4. So if you have 4 to 8 inches length of hair, this probably would be a really good hairstyle or updo for you. Okay, so I began to curl it, and then I kind of just messed it up a little bit, and because we're going to recurl it again. Now you don't have to curl it right away. I did I was messing with it the other day, so it's curly from the other day. You can have it straight and then curl it, whatever works the best for you. So, okay, so I like to start with my part in front. Now, and usually most people with shorter hair has some form of bangs, so you always want to drop out your bangs. And then you got to determine where you want your part. This hairstyle definitely needs a side part on either side. Could be right, left, whatever, it doesn't matter. And you can have it really defined if you wanted to, or you can have it a messy part, whatever works. Now take your headband and place it in the place that you want it to be. Now if you want it forward more, then put it forward like this. Otherwise you can do it at the back. I prefer forward because it makes it look more like a tiara. So once you decide where you want the headband, then you can start doing the rest of the hair. So as I start the top from the bottom, and let me get my curling iron here. I start curling the hair first here, especially the top, and you just curl it how much you want. You know, this particular curl iron is a 5/8, or sorry, not 5/8, a 3/5, and they don't make them really anymore. So a 3/4 or the 5/8 would work, depending on how tight a curl you want. And I really haven't seen them in the stores this small. You almost have to go online to find them. But I'm not saying they're not out there. I just know everybody's been using bigger rods, and everybody wants that loose curl. And this is a little bit tighter. You don't have to have it this tight. Just depending on, you know, what your main goal is for the curl. So as I curl the crown area first, and this one you just curl as you go. You don't have to curl it before. If you want to, you can. Again, just depends on what you want to do. So, and if you have natural curly hair, and it doesn't turn frizzy, then you probably don't even have to curl your hair for this. So. And if you want it straighter, bigger rod. The bigger the rod, the better off. You can use a flat iron if you want. You definitely would have to mess with it with a flat iron, however you want to do it. So anyway, okay. So in the front, now this is a technique I've used on my hair because my hair is about this length on top, and I I hated it when I curl it and it would be solid, and I wanted it piecey looking. So this is how I did my hair. I'm not saying this is the best technique for everybody, but this is what I do. I twist the hair, and then I take my comb, middle of the strand, and then I back comb it. Now, you could use your fingers like this if you wanted to, but my hair's so fine, it falls out, so that's where I come with the comb and whatnot. So, and you take piece by piece, and you twist it, and you take the middle of the strand, and then and sometimes I end up have to like recurl the hair on the ends because the curl fell out, but not always, just sometimes. Depends on how picky you are on what look you're looking for. Now, the best thing about the headband, if you want curls coming forward, I tuck the ends of some of these curls underneath, because I haven't pinned the headband down yet, and I will later. That's another thing too. Don't pin it down quite yet. Just have it in your hair, and then try to put the hair underneath, so forth, and so it looks like it's supposed to be there, kind of like that. If that shows you, I don't know. And this is a hairstyle I suggest to do beforehand, just to test it out before you go anywhere. If it's for prom, a wedding, whatever, you know. And you can make it so the curl goes over, under, and over and under, you know, however you want to do it. And then you do that pretty much in the crown area. Twist and then bring it down with the thing. Now I want to do it with longer hair because it doesn't look quite the right. So if it's longer than probably 4.5, 5 inches, don't really twist it and then rat it. I've done it with my hair that on the bottom is about 6, 7 inches, and it doesn't look quite right. So it's something you do less than probably 4.5 inches of hair. So, and it makes it piecey looking, and it makes it stay and gives you volume. And if you have problems with flyaways, the best thing about that is hairspray or a little mousse or even a taffy paste to pull, you know, take those flyaways down a little bit. And again, I'm only doing it in this area here. I'm not doing it anywhere else with that technique. So, because usually it's the shorter hair that we have trouble having like a solid look to it, and you want it piecey looking, and yet you want body. So, and again, if you have problems twisting it and ratting it, and you want the flyaways, use something, you know, like a taffy, mousse, whatever, hairspray. Again, you got to do it at least once before you actually do the event that you're doing. So, or a couple times. I mean, heck, you could do it for going out the night out of town just to see what it looks like and go from there. Another thing too, you won't have to use a lot of pins. You might have to use some pins, but by twisting it and ratting it, I don't really use a lot of pins, which was nice. I use more pins on the bottom because it's a lot longer. Okay, so then the bottom, obviously you curl that too. And then I usually do the beads to make it look beaded on the sides. So I'm going to show you that here in a little bit. And the way I'm curling on the sides, and I do this with this hair too, is I go to the middle of the strand and then I curl it, even if with the back combing, and then lift up a little bit up pulling the hair out a little bit and lifting it up from the spring and bringing the end of the hair into the rod, and then you get that little curl like that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'll show you. I show you the longer piece here. You go to the middle of the strand, curl it down, you'll have some hair out, and then you tighten it up a little, bring it out a little while you're pressing down with this handle, and you bring it out and then bring it down again, press it out like that. Now, longer your hair, it might be a little bit trickier, but. And then you have all these little ringlets. Okay. Then you take your beater, and you're not going to take all. Okay, first let's take some of this hair and put it up here first, because you want the beads to be shown. So you want to make sure, however you want to put your beads in, that you want to like pin it and see where it's going, kind of like what I'm doing right there. Okay, so I want to put a bead here because it'll show like there's a bead there, or put it there. So let's do this here. I'm taking the beater, and I have a few beads on there already, and you put the hair in now. Now, most times we throw the whole beads in there. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm only going to take 3 of them and slide them on and pull them out. So I still have some left. Okay, so I only did 3. Then I'm going to take a bobby pin and then twist the end, and then twist it and put it in the hair. Okay, you might have to move the beads, and you might have to do a couple bobby pins depending on how slick your hair is, and this is kind of getting a little slick. Okay, and I'm just doing one solid color. You can do more than one color. You can do 3 or 4, whatever works. And then this goes here. Again, this is a messy hairstyle, so you don't have to have any rhymes or reasons where you place your hair, just long as they're secured. Okay. I'm going to do another one here this way. Take my beater, take the hair, put it in the loop, take 3. Actually, I'm going to take 5 because this is a longer piece, and thread it through. In fact, I'm going to do a back combing method here with the beads so they don't fall out quite fast, because sometimes that's a problem with beads, because we want to secure it. And there's a lot of back combing in here, so it'll blend in right into it. So, and you can move it however you want. So that is a couple techniques you can do. So, okay. Do this one here. And a nice thing about beads is you can take them out and redo them if you need to. You know, however you want. I never had a problem with beads at all. So I'm going to put this underneath here. So if you want to, you can take a strand and put it underneath the beaded strand and have a loose fall curl there. So okay, so we did that on that side, and now we're going to do it on this side. And every side's different, obviously. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is it's messy, you know, it doesn't have to have any rhyme or reasons. Okay, we're going to do more beads on this strand. We're gonna do 5. I'm gonna kind of back home the bottom there. Twist it in there. This is, and you don't have to do the beads, obviously. I'm just showing you what you could do with shorter hair, just to make it a little different. Because longer hair, you can do so much with long hair and updos. Shorter hair, not so much. It's kind of a battle, figuring out what to do. And I've cut my hair short here a couple years ago, and I used to have longer hair, and I used to do hair extensions and all that stuff, and it was so fun because you could do so much with the hair updos. Okay, we're gonna do one more, and then I'll show you how to do the back and then curl the front, and it's pretty much going to be the updo for you. And I'm doing the rest of the beads on my beater, and you can only do 2 or 3 if you wanted to. I'm just showing you, I'm demonstrating you, like I said before, what you can do with the beads. Okay. And we're going to just leave that bangs down and all that stuff. Okay. Now the tricky part is trying to get everything up here. And I usually start in the middle. Now, if you notice, there's the headband, end of the headband. So you probably want to start there and twist that up first, and then twist everything else up. Like I said, most people, if you have short hair like this, chances are you probably have some kind of extension in your hair. Because it's long enough to have, you know, this is a style, it's long enough to have an extension in the hair. When you have like a pixie cut or a haircut that is less than 3.5 inches, you really can't do much. I mean, you just, you know, would have to gel it or make it look a cute pixie style, you know, or there's a reason why you cut it shorter than 3 inches. Now this is, and I consider this hairstyle probably more of a short medium. It's on the short side, but it's also doable for any hairdos if you wanted to. It's still, you can, a short medium I think is where you can at least put most of your hair in a ponytail. If that makes sense to you, great. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. So I'm going to have some of this hair fall out and do some stuff there. Now, if you're doing this to somebody else, you always ask questions of how tight it is it too tight, whatever the question might be. Oops. This is a nice little style, something a little different. And you could do beads on the bottom too. I just did the sides only to show you what you could do with a style like this. And you don't have to do the 3 or 4 beads, you could just do 1 or 2. And I showed you how to do it on the beater. You don't have to take everything off the beater. You can have 10 beads on the beater or the thread thing and then take only 2 off at a time if you want to. Definitely gonna have to put makeup on this lady. She's got some markers on her. So. And it's really cute, very cute style, I think. Or even if you don't have the beads in the headband, this is a good way to have a little updo different than what you've had before. So. And I'm going to show you on this short of hair how to, you know, have that look, a piecey look. You go to the half of the strand, you bring it down to the scalp. Don't burn the scalp, obviously. If you have to put a comb underneath, go ahead. Then bring it out gently. Then open up your wand part a little bit to get more hair and roll it down and then bring it out again and roll it down. So it's very simple, very easy to get that curl you want. In fact, some people do this technique for beach waves. If you have a flat iron or a bigger curling iron. So otherwise, this is what most people do for spirals. You know, if you want to do more of a spiral look, you bring it all the way out to the ends and then bring it to the hair like this. And you can do that, but if you notice, it's a different look if you do half into the hair and roll it down and then bring it out, roll it down, bring it out, roll it down. Gives you a little bit of a different look. So, because this gives you more of a tight look. But anyway, that is how you do kind of like a short medium hair. Something a little different. Have some bling in it. It's very easy to back comb it here to have and piecey looking. And like I said, oh, I forgot to show you. If you want to have it a little bit more piecey looking, if you have to recurl the bottom, you know, the top again, do that. Recurl it. See how it. Otherwise, it's usually one solid form. A lot of people have more of a solid form. So this is one way to have some body and height and having it cute, looking like you have something done for a wedding or prom. And so very cute. And I actually did probably 1, 2, 3 different ways to do your hair in one. So, and you can do one step of it too for a different hairstyle. And there you have it.